Okay, the final results, 2012-2013, Word Find Beast competition. First place, Yogurt. Second place, Python. Third place, Teddy Bear and Mr. Playful. Mr. Playful and Teddy Bear had 6 total books at about 95 puzzles per book. That's close to 600 puzzles done. The requirement for the full class is 64 puzzles, and there were still 3 students who could not make that requirement. They could not. They just couldn't figure it out. But you've got the opposite end of the spectrum. You've got students here that did 10 times the requirement. And this student here, the winner of first place, Yogurt, you can see if you multiply each book times 95 puzzles, the smaller books are about 55 puzzles each, because I just couldn't find any more books at the dollar store. They just stopped selling the big books all of a sudden. I don't know why, maybe cost-cutting measures, and now they're selling only 50 per book. For me, that's tough, but at the same time, you know, oh well. At least I can get it for $1 and have the kids compete. This is as much an attitude practice as it is an academic practice. You could learn how to spell, you could learn word recognition, you could do phonics recognition from this. But in reality, you don't need to do this many puzzles unless you have an attitude where you're just going to say, I'm a beast. I will not be taken down by another person. I will succeed. And if I don't succeed, I will learn at least from my experience. And this is a very, very close race coming in near the end. Python only had 5 books less than Yogurt did. And that's saying something, because he was up against a person with a huge lead. But in the 3rd trimester, he decided, I'm just going to do tons of books. He was turning in a book a week. So this is pretty impressive stuff. If you imagine, this was not a requirement. This was a challenge that I put forth. I said, kids, you could do 64 puzzles, or you can finish a book and then ask me for another book. And so, if you can see, there's about, I don't even know, 20-something. Yogurt has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22 books by the end of the battle. And Python, even though she had a 10-book lead on him, Python decided, I am going to try. And so all of a sudden he just went crazy and took a big speed burst and went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 books for second place. Teddy Bear and Mr. Playful. Man, at one point, Teddy Bear was the same as Python. But then Python just turned it on and up into overdrive. And Teddy Bear couldn't keep up with that pace, which is okay. She did a phenomenal job. She caught up with Mr. Playful to tie 3rd place. Mr. Playful, who had an early lead and was going toe-to-toe with Yogurt all the way up until the 6th book, and he decided, I'm going to call it quits. I don't want to go anymore. This girl is insane over here, and I just don't want to deal with that. She says, I'm just fine, and he made that decision, and that was a good decision for him. These are other competitors that in the middle of the year reached their first book, and they said, you know what, we're done. Go-Kart here, he took a 2nd book in. And we've got Panda over here, and we had Banana over here. No, not Banana, that's Pineapple. No, it is Banana. This one was Banana right here. And they did 1 book, and they said, you know what, that's enough. And then this is the vast majority of kids who just said, if I get to 64, I'm a happy camper. If I get to 64, I'm a happy camper. Like I said, some people didn't even make it to 64. And yet we've got kids over here doing way more than the requirements. So kudos to them for living up to the challenge. What do they get for that? they get a plaque, but even more importantly, they've proven themselves. They know what it means to not let the ceiling hold you down. You're going to break through those ceilings, because the ceiling is just only what we make it, right? So good job, guys and gals. You served as a good model for next year's kids.